standard deviation. Standard deviation definition is means it is a positive square root positive square root of mean of squared deviations of a set of observations set of observations of a set of from the arithmetic mean. It is a positive square root of mean of squared deviations of a mean of squared deviations of a set of observations from the arithmetic mean or it is a root mean square deviations root mean square deviation from mean it is a root mean square deviation from mean. It is denoted by sigma, standard deviation sigma. So sigma, it is a Greek letter sigma. It is denoted by sigma. It is a positive square root of mean of a squared deviations of a set of observations from the arithmetic mean or from their arithmetic mean. It is a root mean square deviation from mean. So relative measure root mean square deviation from mean or relative measure is coefficient of standard deviation. Coefficient of standard deviation is sigma by x bar. Coefficient of standard deviation is sigma by x bar. So it is a better measure than remaining three measures. So I'll explain later. Now definition, it is the definition and denoted by sigma. Coefficient of standard deviation is sigma by x bar. Sigma by x bar. Sigma by x bar. Standard so sigma by x bar. Then I'll explain the formula. Calculate computation of standard deviation for an ungrouped data So I'll explain only direct method formula. So simply, so you can learn easily. You can use any method if method is not mentioned. Usually method will be not mentioned in the examination. If it is mentioned, you have to apply. You learn that method also. Now I'll explain direct method. For an ungrouped data, standard deviation sigma is equal to summation. It is a positive square root of summation x minus x bar whole square by n. Summation x minus x bar whole square by positive square root of mean of squared deviations of a set of observations from their mean. Summation x minus x bar whole square by n. Or you can use for the easy calculations, same method, summation x square by n minus summation x by n whole square. Use this formula for calculations. For calculations, for a discrete data, sigma equal to root summation f into same formula x minus x bar whole square by n square root. Or for calculation purpose, use this formula summation fx square by n minus summation fx by n whole square root. Here x equal to variable, and n equal to total frequency, total frequency total frequency. For a continuous frequency distribution, for a continuous frequency distribution, same formula. Here x values are summation f into x minus x bar whole square by n. Or for calculations, I'm using this formula summation fx square by n minus summation fx by n whole square. Summation fx square by n whole square. Sorry, summation fx square by n, summation fx by n whole square, square root. Here x equal to midpoints, and n is total frequency. F is the frequency. For standard deviation, these are the formulae. For an ungrouped data, formula. So we use this formulae in computation of standard deviation. While solving the sums, for easy calculations, we use this set of formulae for ungrouped, discrete and continuous. So first sum, based on example 20. Example 20, page number 167. Page number 167. Example 20. Sum is find the standard deviation standard standard deviation for the following data. For the following data given as 8, 9, 15, 5, 11, 19, 8, 10, 12. So solution, the given data is an ungrouped data. Given data is an ungrouped data. If it is ungrouped data, so we need x and x square totals. X values 8, 9, 15, 5, 11, 19, 8, 10, 12. It is summation x. Total of x is total 120. Total of x is 120. It is 64. 8 square. 9 square is 81. 225. 25. 121. 19 square is 520. Observations 8, 9, 15. 8, 9, 15. 23. Here one more observation is there. 23. Here also 15. 23 and 5. 23 square is 529, then 25. 121, then 361, then 64, 100, 144. Total is 1714. Total summation x square equal to 1714. 1714. So here observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Totally 10 observations. It is 23. It is 23. Totally 10 observations. So then sigma equal to formula square root of summation x square by n minus summation x by n whole square. X square is 1714 by n is 10 minus x is 120 by 10 whole square root 171.4, then minus 120 by 10 is 12, 144 square root equal to, answer is square root of 27.4. Use the calculator and find the square root value 5.24. If it is ungrouped data, so data will be given like this with commas. It is 23. It is 23. 23, 5, 11, 19, 8, 10, 12. So 23 is the fourth observation. First I missed, then I have written the value. Totally 10 values. Totally 10 values. It is the standard deviation. 5.24 for an ungrouped data. Now I will complete for a discrete frequency distribution. Discrete frequency distribution. For a discrete frequency distribution, example 22, page number 168. From that, in the textbook, you can see the textbook also. Calculate standard deviation. Calculate standard deviation and variance for the following distribution. For the following distribution. For the following distribution. For the following distribution. Okay. So find standard deviation for the following distribution. So I'll take example 23, not 22, 22. Example 22 deviation method is there, that also you can complete. Now example 23, the number of faults, on the surface of each of 1000 tiles was distributed as follows. So distribution is given, number of faults, number of tiles, number of faults, number of tiles, number of faults 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of tiles 760, 138, 67, 25, 8, 2. Number of faults, number of tiles, number of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So solution, the given data is a discrete frequency distribution. The given data is a discrete frequency distribution. Is a discrete frequency. The given data is a discrete frequency distribution. So discrete frequency distribution, for that, so frame the table with 4 columns: x, f, fx and fx square. Fx square means fx into x. Or you can write x square also, then you can multiply with fx square, fx column again into x. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F values 760, 138, 67, 25, 8, 2. Fx value 0, 138, 134, 75, 75, 32, 10. It is 0 first one, 0 into 760. Again it is 0. Then 138 into fx into x. Again 138. 134, 268, 275 into 3, 225. 4 into 32, 128, 50. 50. Total is 0, 138, 268, 225, 128, 50. Total summation fx square is equal to 809. 809 and n equal to capital N is 1000. 1000. Fx total is 389. It is summation it is fx total, summation fx. Now come to the formula. Standard deviation is summation fx square by n minus summation fx by n whole square equal to fx square is 809 by 1000 minus 389 by 1000 whole square root equal to 809 by 1000 is 0.809 minus 389 by 1000 is 0.389. Whole square value is 0.1513 square root equal to 0.6577 6577 square root equal to 0.81. So standard deviation is 0.81. It is for 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 a discrete frequency distribution. Discrete frequency distribution. So two columns will be given x and f, then fx. So fx square is fx column into x column again. Otherwise, you can write x square separately, then you can multiply with f. That also correct. You give the same answer 0.81. So I'll explain a continuous frequency distribution. So how to calculate standard deviation for a continuous frequency distribution. Continuous frequency distribution. Continuous frequency distribution. No? Okay, for example, so some problem. So find standard deviation. Find standard deviation for the following data. Following data is class intervals and frequency values are given. If class intervals are given, the data is a continuous frequency distribution 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. 40 to 50. 2, 3, 10, 8, 7. Solution. How to calculate standard deviation? Solution is how to calculate standard deviation. Solution is the given data is a continuous frequency distribution is a continuous the given data is a continuous frequency distribution. Therefore, you should calculate midpoints. It is like discrete frequency distribution calculation only. Here x values are mid values. Class interval, frequency, x, fx, fx square, or you can find x square, or I'll write directly fx square. Fx square equal to fx into x. So class intervals are 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 40 to 50. So frequencies 2, 3, 10, 8, 7. N equal to 30. X value is 5, 15, 25, 35, 45. Midpoints. Fx 10, 45, 15 into 3, 25, 250, 35 into 8, 280, 45 into 7, 45 into 7 is 315. 315. Now its summation fx equal to 900. 900. So add the values, use calculator and find the total. That will be 900. Then fx square, fx into x, 10 into 5, 50, 45 into 15, 225, 250 into 25, 6250, 280 into 280 into 35. 35 is 9,000, 9,800. 950 fx into x. So it is 675. 675 and 6250, 14175. Summation fx square equal to summation fx square equal to 30950. 30950. Therefore, so standard deviation sigma equal to summation fx square by n summation fx by n whole square root equal to 30950 by n. N is 30. 30 minus 900 by 30 whole square root equal to 1031.67 minus 900. So 900, which is equal to 1 131.67 square root, which is equal to, answer is 11.47. 11.47. Answer is 11.47. So for a continuous frequency distribution, so you can complete the, so you have to complete the calculation like this. Class intervals, even inclusive, exclusive you can use, but you better convert into always exclusive class intervals. So class intervals, frequencies. So frequencies, midpoints, fx square means not fx whole square, fx into x. Fx column into x column, you will get fx square total. By substituting totals in the formula, you will get the answer, standard deviation. And also here, standard deviation features are, first point, features, properties of standard deviation important for 5 marks or 2 marks or 1 mark. First one is always standard deviation greater than 0, always positive. Standard deviation is always positive. Then second one is, it is independent of change of origin, independent of origin, and it is dependent on scale, dependent, it is dependent on scale. See the textbook and see the 5 points are given. First one is sigma greater than 0. It is independent of origin of, it is independent of origin, or if you increase with any number or decrease with any number all the observations, standard deviation will be the same. And also here, dependent on scale means, it is no, if you multiply with certain number all the observations, standard deviation also should be multiplied, otherwise. So for that, it is dependent on scale, it is dependent on scale. Fourth, it is a summation x minus x bar whole square is the least, the root among all the root mean square deviations. You can take deviation from any number, any constant. Compared to that, that is x minus x bar whole square is least. Then fifth point is combined standard deviation. So combined standard deviation means, if two sets values are given, for example here sigma equal to sigma, combined standard deviation of the two sets is n1 sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 sigma 2 square plus d2 square by n1 plus n2 square root. It is a standard deviation of the two sets together, combined standard deviation, where d1 equal to x1 bar minus x bar c, d2 equal to x2 bar minus x bar c, and x bar c equal to, x bar c is n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar. It is combined arithmetic mean. It is already have learnt in measures of central tendency in simple arithmetic mean, n1 plus n2. So by substituting all these values from the given values, you will get the combined standard deviation. You will get the combined standard deviation. Combined standard deviation. Then what are the merits and demerits? Mainly merits are, it is based on all the values, based on all the observations, all the observations. This measure of dispersion used in further statistical analysis. Statistical analysis. Demerits, mainly these are merits. Merits are, it is based on all the observations. So it considers all the observations in calculation. considers all the observation in calculation. Then statistical, it is used in further statistical analysis. Then demerits are, so it is affected by extreme values. It is slightly difficult compared to other measures. It is difficult to understand. It is difficult to understand. Difficult to understand, and it is extreme values, affected by extreme values. Extreme values, it is affected by extreme values. It is highly affected by the extreme values. So we'll do the sum in the next class based on, so based on this, so standard deviation sums, standard deviation, then I'll explain coefficient of variation also. So these are the details regarding a standard deviation properties, merits and demerits. I have explained all. I have explained all the formulae based on directive method. By using directive method, explained for 3 types of data how to calculate standard deviation. Then coefficient of variation. It is very important. It is a percentage of coefficient of standard deviation. CV, coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation. Short form is CV. So coefficient of variation. So coefficient of variation, it is a percentage of coefficient of standard deviation. So CV equal to mean standard deviation, SD by mean into 100. So coefficient of standard deviation is sigma by x bar into 100. If there are 2 data are given CV, always you will get one answer that will be in percentage. Therefore, so if when you are comparing 2 or 3 series, for 2 series, so coefficient of variation is 10%, here 12%. So set here now first data 10%, it is more consistent. Then second set of observations B, A is more consistent. A is more consistent. And now for better measure, now we can use mean, arithmetic mean. Now arithmetic mean, for example x1 bar, for A arithmetic mean is 15. No? For B arithmetic mean, so for A arithmetic mean is 20, here 19. So A is better and A is consistent also. If arithmetic mean x1 bar is greater than x2 bar, x1 bar is greater than x2 bar, therefore so A is better than B. For better means, so you have to compare arithmetic means. For comparing consistency, use coefficient of variation. So I'll explain coefficient of variation sums in the next class, important for 10 marks.